What a wonderful.
Hi guys, my name is Raku
And my name is Mai.
and welcome back to our channel. So today's topic is going to be somber a little bit.
Yeah.
It's bittersweet and we really pondered a lot on whether to cover it or not, but we decided that
Yeah. After so much debate, because we were both we had different ideas on the creative direction, but yeah, since at the end of the day we felt the need to address this, we decided to just go for it, but with a different edge.
Yeah, so in light of whatever happened last week, we want
The
to
forest
give-
road incident.
we wanted to give you guys a glimpse of what it feels like to be a woman in today's age. This means we're talking about sexual harassment. We want to expound on that a little bit. And by sexual harassment, we don't mean the very big crimes, inclusive of that as well, but
Yeah.
there are very small, or not really minor, but things that have been normalized in society right now
Exactly.
that we want to debunk with this video.
Yeah.
And let men
Know
and
that this
women
is
know that
wrong.
this is wrong.
You
and
know?
we are not happy about it. as
Yeah. We need to
women
do
and
better as a
ladies.
society, honestly.
Yes.
But yeah, we hope the lady who went through that is we pray for her healing.
Mhm.
Yeah, but we don't want to dwell on that because
It's a very sensitive matter
yeah.
that is honestly in her hands on whether she wants people to be public about it or not.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yes, as she said, in relation to that, we're just going to cover for instance, how you're supposed to treat a woman, what's allowed and what's not allowed. So yes, so under what's allowed, you're allowed to talk to her, you're allowed to converse with her, but if for instance she does not speak back, meaning she's basically not interested, don't force her. You're not entitled to her conversing with you, you know. Do not invade her personal space. Kama for instance you're talking to you're in the midst of wanting to talk to her, you shouldn't come too close to her.
Like,
What's personal space, Raka?
mhm.
How many, what's half a meter?
I feel like this is personal space.
Yeah, this we are in each other's personal space.
Yeah.
But then we're friends and we're both female.
We're not okay.
But for a guy whom you don't know, someone you just met on the streets of Nairobi,
If it's personal
You
space to an
shouldn't come close
invasive
to you.
extent, to an
Yeah.
like, you know, there's this
You're this
closeness
close.
that is just.
I think
weird.
there should be a distance of like from here to here. Because honestly, no, we are not doing that.
Don't
See,
be
I
my
told you about this.
circle.
I told you about this incident where this guy came up to me.
Mhm.
One of this, I think we call him a conductor. No, I don't think he was one.
Mhm.
And I think that's something that this matatu drivers should do something about, where everyone and anybody can pick up passengers for you. No, because I don't think he was the conductor of that car, and I think he was drunk. He came up to me
Mhm.
and actually held both of my hands. The nerve of that person, I was so traumatized, guys. He came so close to me to the extent where I could actually feel that breath of alcohol.
Oh my God.
Imagine. And he actually had the nerve of saying something like in the lines of, first he said unaenda alafu akasema ati na unakaa size yangu. I was so disgusted. And you can imagine, Raquel, I'm Muslim, I'm wearing a hijab.
No, you see what you're.
Now what if I was in a mini skirt?
Mhm.
And you see, at the end of the day, whether I choose to wear a mini skirt or walk around bareback, that should not entitle you in any way to get too comfy with me. Honestly, hey, hapana, hebu acheni hiyo tabia, ni tabia mbaya.
I think you've also you've said something about him holding your hands.
Imagine.
There's this habit of
That was actually the
sometimes
next point.
the guys who like, I don't know, just
Hey,
touching you for no
for no
apparent
reason. For no reason.
No, and then if
Hey.
you've ever seen that there's this group of guys
Mhm.
that when they're hugging you, they fill you up.
So wrong. I think that's why I don't even hug guys, because honestly, no.
So traumatizing.
Some get too comfy. Some get too comfy. It's just wrong, honestly. It's wrong. It's so wrong. So that was actually the next point. Do not in any form touch her. Not a finger, not a hand. Do not pat her on the back or shoulder.
lower back.
Hey, my guys, no. But you see, in this case, we're actually talking about strangers, people whom you're not even friends with. You're meeting this person, ndio umeanza kuongea na yeye. Like,
And for some
don't get
reason,
fancy.
you being too comfortable with my body.
Right?
Why?
With
And
whose permission?
Like, not even with my closest friends, guy friends.
right?
I don't think
That's
they
the
would
weirdest
ever.
part. That's just on respect,
It's just,
honestly.
yeah, it's just disrespectful.
Because
for
if
you.
our male friends
to,
wouldn't do
mhm.
that, and those are people that are close to us, you know, why would this stranger find it okay to do that? This person who you met just for the first time.
You know, you realize like right now, when a girl refuses to hug a guy or greet him with her hand, it's becoming a notion that
Right?
you're rude,
Exactly.
you're not welcoming. And it's not that.
Exactly.
It's not really an issue of me being rude or disrespectful.
Right?
We've just come to a point where this is the only safe way.
I mean, at the end of the day,
rather
it's
not.
her body.
It's my body.
her
Like, I'd
hand.
honestly rather not
Mbona
greet you in that
force?
way than I hug you and then you decide to fill me up or touch me in
Right?
a very inappropriate way. I'd rather not
If
have you
you'd
touch
rather
me.
avoid it.
I'd rather avoid it.
You know?
Mhm.
I remember back in high school, I think there's a time we went for a funky in some boys' school.
Mhm.
I think I wasn't either hugging people or handshaking them.
Mhm.
And kaka, hey, all of them are kona maringo. But it's like I'm entitled to choosing whether or not to have physical contact with these people, you know, for my own personal reasons. You shouldn't even question why I'm not doing that, you know.
I don't know if this is physical, but I remember there's a time, probably last year, but one around where I live. So I don't know who we were working with. And then on the other side of the road, so you see that kind of place where it's bushy, it's a bit bushy and there's like glitter, blah, blah, blah,
Oh,
blah,
yeah,
blah.
yeah.
So we were passing there. And then I think there was this man, he was standing on the side of the road. But you see, you're with your friend and you're just doing your own thing and you're just going about your
A
day.
grown man.
Just walking. And then he decides to whistle. Like, not to whistle, like he wants to get your attention. And know you as a human being, your
turn.
instinct will be to
Yeah.
turn. Kumbe, do you know why
Reflex.
he's doing this? He's doing this because he wants to flash you. Like, that was his aim. He wanted you to
serious?
see, like, yeah.
Regina, you serious? And he wasn't a madman.
I don't know if it was that. No, Mariam, Muda Chokora have the rationality to actually want to
traumatized.
You see?
What serious? Honestly, this comes down to this person does not respect you guys, you know? He doesn't respect you as ladies.
I know, we probably were not the first group of ladies he did that to.
Obviously.
On that
He's
day,
an-
that very day.
And I almost say he's an asshole, but
Uh-huh.
people like that, I don't know, it doesn't even matter the kind of person you are. It's just like the guy who got too comfortable with me despite the fact that I was in a hijab, you know? They're wired in a very weird way, you know? Hey, my God.
The sad part, imagine Mariam, you're so stunned, literally.
You're in
stunned.
shock.
You can't even speak. You know, Mariam, the sad part is so many people are walking by this road, and some of them are men, and no one is doing anything to
Quite
stop him.
serious.
No one is doing anything to stop him. For how long had this guy stood
Because
there?
honestly, see, I think that's a crime, actually.
That's a
Why was he undressing?
Indecent exposure.
Exactly. Hata alifaa kushikwa.
Hey, I don't know if he was
Hey.
mad, because me, he didn't look mad to me. I feel like he knew exactly
Teen
what he was
clothes.
doing. Yeah.
Aki guy.
Because, okay, not, I wouldn't say like he was an executive or something, but he was like a person, you know. He didn't seem mad, or he knew what he was doing. So, yeah.
What? Sorry, you had to go through that. My God. Anyway, next point: do not make sexual advances or jokes or romantic gestures if not permitted by her. You perverts. I added that. But honestly, I feel like this is actually in relation to what happened to you guys.
Yeah.
That's technically a sexual advance.
Yeah, that's a sexual advance.
Yeah. My God, don't be
And
nasty like
this is
that.
very
Even via
sexual.
text.
There are some very sexual jokes that people make, and then they're like, those things are
It's
normal.
just
You
a
see,
joke.
it's not
Give
a
you that
joke.
permission.
You see, this is the problem. We've normalized very sexual behaviors
Right?
that are not supposed to be,
They're not
perpetuated between people who are not that close.
Exactly. Hey, even via text, don't do it. Do not do it. Do not give her unsolicited advice on her dressing style, makeup, or hair. Mind your business. She didn't ask for your unsolicited advice. I think I was so passionate when I was writing this. But honestly, guys, it's just the same way. You may find a lady. I think there's a time around railways. There was a girl. She was dressed in I think tights and a top. But you see, the material is thin. And the boda guys, that honestly, boda guys need to be totally
Oh my god, that's the worst.
And they were telling her, oh, mbona umevaa hivyo ati sijata naibisha babako, I don't know, never. And it's like, bro, this lady anaibisha babake, unajua babake. Are you her dad? People really need to learn to mind their own business.
I know.
People really need to learn to mind their own business.
The thing is, guys,
how does her way of dressing affect you?
Exactly, I was going to say that. Like, why is my outfit affecting you?
How? Why?
How? And it's on my body.
Hey, apana.
I don't understand.
And I don't know why guys, or rather men, or just, I don't know, the weirdly wired ones normally feel entitled to give their opinions on such matters.
And then I also hate this habit of attaching a sexual assault to the way a girl has dressed.
I know.
There is no excuse for sexually harassing someone.
No.
I do not see the relation. I do not see how her dressing. I don't think if she dressed differently,
what world
the same
would
thing
we be living in
wouldn't have happened. There's no way. The people who are dressed to their feet and they still get catcalled.
Right?
So it's not even an outfit thing.
And we wear hijabs, bro.
And somebody still catcalling you.
Do not catcall her. Careless. See, you know what catcalling means?
Yeah,
They know,
I think
right?
everyone knows.
Right?
Size yangu.
My food. Oh no, like sometimes, honestly, I think some of this just comes from idleness. I don't know what's wrong. What's wrong with some men?
I feel like it's just internalized. I don't know. Everyone saying misogyny and entitlement.
Plus, it could be misogyny.
Would
they catcall a guy?
They wouldn't catcall a guy.
What's that about?
I feel like I don't understand why. I feel like guys have a very hard time understanding what consent is, but they get it the moment another guy decides to touch them in any way. So I'm you see, let me just relate it to our situation. You see the level of disgust you feel when another guy touches you in a certain way, like even just for a simple hug. That's what women feel when you touch them inappropriately, when you can't call them. Just put yourself in their shoes for a second.
How would you feel? How would you feel?
You feel so dirty.
And I think another thing is just I don't know, they just don't respect mummies. They don't respect ladies, cause
and this notion of taming women. This thing about taming women.
Why can't she in their place, putting them in their place?
Which place?
You need to do better.
You really need to do better.
Do not follow her. That's basically stalking, a violation of one's privacy. Now you want to know where she lives, don't do that.
Why?
Don't do that. It's weird, it's awkward, and yeah, like we say, that's stalking. Don't do it. Do not coerce her into giving you her number. If she doesn't want to, let her be. Akisema apana ni apana.
Si ati unakaa sura mbaya sasa.
Suddenly she's not.
Suddenly she's ugly.
Kidogo hata wewe si mrembo kwenda huko.
Have ever been in that situation? You know, sometimes we're not even supposed to be laughing.
Honestly, I was so sure that conductor guy angenitukana kama ningemongelesha vibaya. So wewe hata si mrembo kwenda huko.
I want women at the center of feminism. So for us to reach a society where we can say men and women are equal, we're supposed to name the problem, which is women. Women have been how can I say
Which is women or men?
women
Mm-hmm.
women have been disproportionately treated as compared to men. Like the treatment has not been equal since time immemorial.
In relation
So-
to that again, this guy had the nerve to say women are treated better or at a better advantage or more advantage compared to guys in Kenya.
Really?
A third world country, Raquel. Since when have we ever had equality? Worldwide had eh?
A guy saying that even men face these things. We're not trying to invalidate that men get sexually harassed or that men. We're not trying
But
to
where are the
invalidate it.
numbers more?
Let's look at statistics. Women face these injustices more than men. This is where the
Since
problem
time
lies.
immemorial, not
So,
since yesterday.
You putting men at the center of a situation that does not even concern them
Imagine.
is very selfish. And
It's so selfish.
disregarding.
Hey, that's the word. It's so disregarding.
And selfish.
Like, what does that have
'Cause
anything to
I
do
feel
with
like-
what happened to this lady?
Again.
Do they have a problem getting jobs in male-dominated industries like tech industries?
They don't.
Mhm. Do they even know the amount of effort that has been put in getting to where we are now, yet we're not there yet? You know, it's so sad to hear some of you speak like this in disregard to things like this. It's very unfortunate. Honestly, at the end of the day, I normally tell people read books,
Yeah.
get knowledge, read newspapers, get updated, watch news. I don't know, because zingine hawasaidiki, honestly.
I feel like men only have a problem when this patriarchal system that favors them is threatened. That is the only time men feel like they need to defend their own. Because I'm like, okay, fine. Like, just yapa, I was seeing something happened in Deja Vu. It was trending on Twitter. And I don't know, why is it?
That's
Okay, fine.
what- it's
If
a
a
club.
man, it's a club. So if a man has been murdered, make all the noise you have to. Make all the noise you have
Yeah,
to.
kuna mtu
But
amewakataza.
hakuna mtu amewakataza. But the problem is, I don't understand why, instead of actually seeking for justice for somebody of your
You feel the need to compare.
you feel the need to I'm like, how are women coming into this issue again? Instead of
How are you helping that situation first of all
exactly
by
because
comparing?
the first thing that comes comes out of a man's mouth ni where the feminists are.
Why didn't they do this?
Because it's a man. Because
Raquel. Why do they need feminists?
I don't understand how.
Azitetea mwanaume mwenzake. Okay, honestly, people who talk like this, it's so
Because-
embarrassing. I'm embarrassed on your behalf. Honestly. Like, y'all need to do better. You need to clear that brain and, I don't know, now get knowledge.
Let's put it plain and simple. You cannot compete where you do not compare. You cannot compare the situation of a woman to a man.
You can't,
And
because we're
demand
entirely
equality.
different beings.
You can't demand equality from a system that has specifically favored men.
Right? It's absurd, actually.
It's absurd.
It's sad.
How do you?
It already favors you. So
It
unaitisha
favors you.
equality,
How do you
guys.
still want to fight for something that is very,
For
very
something
much on your side?
non-existent? Actually, hey Raquel, it was just recently I was reading up on the progress the government has made in terms of ensuring the 2/3 gender rule. Unajua till date it's never been achieved.
It's never been achieved.
Since they made the constitution in 2010. Eh?
So apparently, it's something that's supposed to be achieved progressively. Thing is, we live in a society that is sexist, a society that has
That we all need to agree on.
misogyny.
You know
integrated
that,
into
I
it.
know that, we all know that.
We all know it. So
Let's
fighting.
stop sugarcoating.
Let's not sugarcoat.
Ama kujifanya ni kama we don't know.
I don't like people who defend they defend Kitu from
Without
a baseless
basis.
point.
Without
from a very
basis.
baseless point, Yeah.
Don't
So,
do that.
We don't want to talk about feminism and whatever.
Don't talk because
Thing
you
else-
just feel like talking. Don't type because you just have fingers. I beg.
I feel like it's becoming such a competition. It's not even about human decency. It's like women this, women that.
Hey,
Apparently,
let me look for that screenshot. Hey. My God. never hear anyone talk about toxic femininity, even though femininity has just as many toxic traits as masculinity. Why? Because modern society views women as pure and men as the enemy. Finally, I repeat, we don't have feminists in Kenya. What we have is just bitter women with daddy issues. Okay, let's break this down. Toxic masculinity, whenever people talk of that, it's in favor of men. Because there are certain traits men are expected to have out here, which puts them under unnecessary pressures. You know? So you cannot, this, when you talk of, even though femininity, my God, has as many toxic traits as, what do you mean? What do you mean? If your intent was to put down feminists, my guy,
when you're about to have,
this doesn't even make sense.
When you're about to have an argument with someone, come from a point of intelligence. Come with your facts. Come with an actual argument that,
well, this is embarrassing,
can be dissected in a way that will still leave you at a point where my respect for you stands.
Right, like you've said something,
you've said something.
You've just not typed because you've ever heard of these words. Because clearly this person does not even understand these terms.
Yeah, because I know that there are people who understand their opinion, but there are people who are not for the feminist.
Just to hear themselves talk.
But the people who are not in favor of the feminist movement, and I get it.
That's
because
okay.
We live in a society where we're allowed to have dissenting
but
opinions.
Honestly, Raquel, why wouldn't you be for equal rights?
I don't understand, Martin. I don't understand.
But I understand this. I understand that because, like you said, the meaning of feminism has been,
it's misconstrued, and I get it.
Yeah.
Toxic feminists exist. That is something I cannot.
And there also exist male feminists.
And there exists male feminists. But when you're arguing with someone about this, come from a point of intelligence, please. You can't argue something from...
My God. Hey, if he had just taken a minute to understand the meaning of toxic masculinity or femininity, he wouldn't have written this. Because this is so embarrassing.
Understand the concept.
Hey. Anywho, before I get any angrier, before what will go hapa? I think we've covered a lot, and we hope that you guys gain one or two, and spread the gospel.
Spread the gospel.
The gospel. Tell your friends, tell your male friends. You know, you can also educate them. Tell them this is how you're supposed to treat a lady. Don't treat me like this. Don't treat her like that. Speak up. Also share the video so that everyone can get to receive this knowledge, you know.
And a piece of advice for male feminists. We live in a society where men listen to men, and that's something we should just start coming to terms with. So the men who are actually making positive movements towards protecting women and fighting for their cause,
please educate your fellow men.
Educate your fellow men. Because when it comes from a woman, I don't know why it always comes off as aggressive. But anyway, let's end the video here.
Because I just don't want to be wrong when it's between them and a lady. It's so, and you can't even accept that maybe this person could be more intelligent than you just because they're female. Anyway, we all need to do better as a society, and that's that.
Yeah.
We hope you enjoyed the video.
Like, share, subscribe, comments.
We out
in the comment section.
Comment, my God, it does not
cost a thing, guys.
It does not harm anyone. And share if you like the video.
Thank you.
My God.
Goodbye. Deuces.